Is this the Ubisoft skater game? Roller derby?
Looks like it.
No. Somebody's ripping off Rocket League?
Looks like in this one the point is to blow up everybody. Interesting.
Yeah. So by the way, chat, for those who don't know, Ubisoft has a roller derby game that's coming out. It looks exactly like this. All right, so what if we take Rocket League and add bumper cars to it, but then also add like an on-foot mode and the ability just to destroy everything.
So if each one of those characters has like a special move inside the car, maybe outside and outside.
So we're adding hero shooter elements to it.
Yeah.
Hello everyone, my name is Josh Greer, and this is my brother Mike.
Rocket League,
We're from
but looks
Emberlab,
cooler.
a small team with a background in film and animation.
And we're very excited today to share with you the first look at our new game. It's a story full of adventure and charm that has themes in personal growth and redemption. So please enjoy.
Where's my plushie?
Right.
I know you are kind.
And put money on them. That becomes a plushie
Sense
at
the
launch.
power that flows through this land. Yet you do not fully understand it. Driven by the belief that you can help these troubled spirits.
The sound for this one is all over the place, chat.
But you cannot hide your weakness from me. You have no power here, Kena.
So it's like Pikmin.
Beat me to it, yeah. But third person.
And better. But it's also like a third-person action-adventure game. That looks really interesting.
Pikmin plus Horizon Zero Dawn and a little bit of God of War. Can I take those and like jumble them up and see what you get?
Is it Kena? Is that how you say it? Yeah, so far that might be the best game that I've seen.
I don't. I'm still on Ratchet and Clank right now.
You ever feel like you're just waiting for a sign? To do that thing you've always meant to do. Sometimes I feel like I'm just standing on the edge of doing great things. But something's holding me back. Maybe it's just nerves. Maybe it's the fear that I'll never be as good as what I imagine, when I'm still just standing on the edge. But if we've got nothing else to lose, might as well jump.
Okay.
Hi, I'm Lorne Lanning, and I'm here to share with you a game that I've been dying to make. It's an emotionally engaging story where rescuing is rewarding, failure is devastatingly hilarious, and the memories should last you a lifetime. Take a look.
You are no longer a slave, Abe. They believed, trusted, followed, and it led them here. You may have escaped the murderous blades, for the fate of your entire people is up to you.
Is this some franchise I should know, chat? I don't recognize this at all.
I don't know if it's a spin-off of Oddworld or...
This is Oddworld? I have drawn a blank on that.
You must find your full voice.
Soulstorm.
Okay.
I don't know what that is.
PlayStation 5によって我々の考える東京のビジュアルを実現できました。今までに見たことのない東京の魅力を見て、聞いて、感じることができます。これからお見せするのはゴーストワイヤー東京の世界初のゲームプレイ動画です。
Oh, Ghostwire Tokyo.
スーパーナチュラルでミステリアスな
We haven't actually seen any gameplay
東
of
京
that.、
そこに潜む驚異と美しさを感じ取っていただけると思います。
This was shown at
ぜひ
Bethesda, what,
お楽し
last
みくだ
year?
さい。
Like the announcement of it?
Was it?
I don't think they showed any gameplay.
It was a really interesting trailer.
Yeah.
I remember that.
You see things others can't. Hear threats others don't. Fight when others won't. It's up to you to save Tokyo.
Did we know it was first person?
I don't think we did.
It's like you're playing a... Looks like a mage. Yeah, it looks highly unusual.
Ghostwire Tokyo.
2021, okay. Looks good. I want to see more. I'm very intrigued by what this is.
As a huge fan of Kerbal Space Program, this right here, I'm liking what I'm seeing.
Not 100% sure what you do in this game.
You just explore. That's it. It's a sightseeing game.
Was that the name? Was it called Jet?
Jets, the far
Jets?
something, the far shore.
Yeah, Mikey, they announced that at the start of the stream. GTA 5 is going to be free for all PS5 owners.
I think the clarification on that is GT 5 Online.
Oh, this is, a lot of people are looking forward to this game.
Ooh,
I forget the name off the top of my head. This was shown at... Yeah, Godfall, there you go, yeah.
Stretch, no limousine. If you talking winners, gotta intervene. I'm the biggest one of those you ever seen. I'ma need a crown. I'm the only one that ever held it down at the tip top. People flip flop every day, not I. Top 5, I'm a big shot. I'm the one that wanna take the big shots. Big balls, big rings, big rocks, big bag, big moves, big
Third person action adventure, hacky slashy.
Look at me now.
What they said, what? Hack and slash looter?
Yeah. Is this copyrighted music? I'm gonna get DMCA'd.
As long as you delete your VOD right after this, you're fine.
There goes the YouTube bot, too.
All right. Another one I am super excited for.
Yeah, that game looks good. Hyperlight Drifter. That's a good game.
Oh, don't mind us. We're just gonna go in the black hole.
I always like games with really interesting art styles like this.
Agreed.
It's like a see-through cape. That's cool. Really quick. Oh no. I'm going upside down.
Solar ash.
Solar ash. Question is, at this point, is what is Sony going to have for their launch?
Yeah, I was just about to say, we're seeing a lot of 2021, but 1, 2 for 2020 holiday? And we've seen, what, one staple? Spider-Man? Ratchet and Clank? 3.
And I think that Spider-Man game's DLC.
Yeah.
It was always gonna end like this. All your hard work, all your sacrifice.
That's a good point. Some of them may be thrown off because of quarantine.
Yourself alone. Only death awaits.
Oh,
Hitman 3.
I was gonna say, is this a Hitman game?
I saw that the first thing IOI, or yeah, and I was, is it? You know.
Hacker Nabrak here from IO Interactive. In Hitman 3, Agent 47 is back for his most intimate and professional contract in his entire career. This is also the dramatic conclusion for the World of Assassination trilogy. I'm so proud to be here to present a little glimpse of the gameplay where Agent 47 is on top of the world in Dubai. Enjoy.
Did he find Tom Cruise there?
On the side of the tower. He's still there. On the side of the tower. That's what I was always so entertained about the Hitmans, is the multitudes of ways you can complete your mission, i.e. assassinate a person.
Yep.
In the game.
And they've gone even crazier with the later versions, like the most recent one in particular. So actually just in January. Interesting.
2021.
We're at like 16 games so far. I'm keeping notes. Sorry, I don't have my controller.
What? You get one of these whenever you purchase the controller. So adorable, I want it.
Oh, there was a game called Astrobot, and so I guess that's a spin-off of that? Astro's Playground?
There is. Yep.
Found this dead alien outside. You want it? Oh.
This is what I'm always impressed about with the game creators, is just when you think you've seen every art style, there's a new one.
Yeah.
Oh no, I can't do underwater.
So you're saying you're not going to play Maneater?
That's different. You're a shark.
Oh.
You're the alpha. It's the one where you're the little guy and everything else is the alpha. Penguin surfing. Nice. I don't know how PETA's going to feel about that scene of us shooting a bear.
What is happening in this game? It's like all over the place.
I have no idea.
Wow. We're in Skyrim. Little devil inside. Wonder if it's like the thoughts of the old man or something? I don't know.
What's up, everyone? I'm Zion Williamson of the New Orleans Pelicans. Here we go. The first ever teaser for NBA 2K21. Y'all are not ready for this.
Let's play some basketball. Look at that floor, chat. That's ray tracing.
Ray tracing basketball. Pinnacle.
I ain't trying to break you down for real. You might as well
Dang it, I'm getting DM saved twice.
Got a chance, but I don't see how. Got a real tight grip when I hold that crown. I'm the first one in and the last one out. Whoever owns the place gotta drag me out.
On the upside, on YouTube, so now there's gonna be 2 copyrights and they'll actually fight each other, so that's good.
I don't make a sound when I stray. You better just run for your
There's even ray tracing in the sweat on the players. Impressive.
What's his injury rating? 0. He doesn't get injured.
Run for your life.
World premiere. Oh, sorry. Wrong company.
I'm pretty sure we have those in my hometown.
Amazing, aren't they? Half bug, half snack. A very recently discovered species, entirely unique to this island. Oh, this one's lively. Beautiful.
What is this, Viva Pinata 3?
Oh, and it's tasty too.
Well, that's not good.
Welcome to the island of bug snacks.
The creator of Octodad. Okay. That's right, Crab. Take that thing out to sea.
My invitation is open. Come join me on the island of bug snacks.
Liz! I was trying to carry a lamp with my weenie hands, but I dropped it, and now the town's on fire. Oh, again?
Okay.
What?
This is better Animal Crossing. And then that's when everybody kills. Oh, it's a monster.
Release title. Right there.
There we go. Everybody's gonna go out and grab that game. That's your PS5 exclusive launch title.
You only thought it was God of War. Bug snacks.
I would dare them to do God of War in that art style.
Modders, do you think?
Animal Crossing unrated. There you go.
Hi everyone, thank you for being with us today for this very special event. But before we get to the end of the show, I have something very near and dear to me.
Okay.
I'm listening.
I know, right?
Is this Elden Ring? Oh, okay. Whoa!
And they're just calling it Demon Souls and not like, and I don't even know how many there are.
Is that a remaster or is it a like redo?
Yeah, are they like God of Warring it?
Deathloop is a next-gen first-person shooter about rival assassins locked in a time loop.
This is our unique vision, what Arcane is all about.
As Dark Souls fan, that has me really excited.
A surreal player-driven story smashed together.
Want to see some stylish action? Check this out.
Yeah, I'm wondering if they're just God of Warring that and just calling it a new one Demon Souls.
Hello, Black Reef. Colt, my predecessor, has been pronounced guilty of treason. He is to be shot on sight henceforth in perpetuity. Your assistance is appreciated and mandatory. The real party doesn't start until he's dead.
She is not making this easy.
Forever drunk.
The body just disappeared. Is this a VR game? I just say that because a lot of VR games have teleporting like that.
Damn.
And there's a tracer mechanic. Oh, this is from Bethesda?
Bethesda. Oh, well,
Good morning,
Arcane.
Black Reef.
Yeah.
Another day, another death. Art time loops fun.
Oh, is this Deathloop?
Yeah.
Everyone else on this
That was that trailer we
this
saw.
place is paradise.
What was it? A year ago? 2
Never-ending
years ago?
party.
where hunting me is the main attraction. And no matter how I try to escape, they always cut me down. But I'm one stubborn motherfucker.
So I think this is a multiplayer shooter, but could have a story element, I don't know.
Every loop I'm learning a little more, piecing together the puzzle. There's 8 targets, and they all gotta die before midnight. There's just one little snag.
You thought it was going to be easy?
Juliana Blake, Black Reef's protector and a real pain in my ass. She may kill me 1,000,000 times, but eventually, inevitably, I will break this fucking loop.
So did they say it was gonna be multiplayer, or?
I think so.
Because that would actually be really cool.
Yeah, kind of like what it's showing here. It's like, there's like multiple targets, and then maybe it's like whatever player can eliminate the most targets within the time or something like that.
Yeah. Or the idea is like you go in and you're against a different person each time of that character. When you go into the world to play, and then that's the
I like killing
scene
you.
for it.
There's a difference.
Huh.
Long ago, a young girl went with her mother to pick berries for her father, who was hard at work. But the forest greeted them with a dark, cold silence. The bushes empty. Yet determined to find the berries, the rascal broke free of Mother's grasp and vanished into the trees.
I just had to turn the volume on this to 100%.
Cries faded fast as the girl ran on,
Yeah, same
over
here.
vine, under branch, and into the forest deep.
What is it with that creepy story?
It's just a local tale.
You're really into that stuff?
Quit being so paranoid.
No! Friendly! Friendly! Who are you? Who sent you? What's going on? They're coming. Who is?
Is this something like the Salem witch trials or something?
I don't recognize anything.
Yeah, I don't know.
in there. Village. Okay.
Oh, it's Resident Evil? Ah. As soon as it popped up with the numbers.
Why?
Was that Resident Evil 8? That's what that was?
Yeah, I missed what. I think you're right, yeah. where have I seen this before?
Walking Dead 2. Or, not Walking Dead, Death Stranding.
Death Stranding?
Death Stranding, there you go. It was coming to me.
Man, Norman Reedus has really been working out. Yeah, Robo Hollow Kitty.
That you can see inside of.
Okay, that looks normal.
What?
I mean, this looks like something Kojima would do.
Right?
I don't know what we just watched.
What is that?
I think she must also be an android.
Freedom. Our freedom.
I mean, it's normal to breathe on the moon without a suit, right?
That was by Capcom, it said there, too?
We're up to, I think, a stupid amount of games. Right
Yeah.
now.
What was the name of that last one? I missed it.
Pragmata?
Pragmata. Got it.
The old ones perished 1,000 years ago.
Wait, this
Their
is
great
Horizon.
cities turned
Old ones,
to
yeah.
graves.
Because that's the voice of Aloy.
In their place came new life. And new dangers.
Yep, there we go.
Yep.
I must find a way to stop it. Or it will get worse and worse. Until it destroys us all. There's nothing I wouldn't do to save this world. No
This
depths
first game
I
was
won't
pretty
explore.
nuts.
Was there underwater in the first one?
No secret I
Not
won't
that I
unlock.
remember.
No barrier I won't cross. This mission is mine alone. If I falter, if I fail, there won't be anyone left to stop what's coming.
Forbidden West. Oh, there was a little 2 in there too. So that's Horizon 2.
But whatever comes.
Oh boy, they got the Robo Mammoths.
I will be ready.
Nice. Yeah, that first game was fantastic. I plan on streaming it at some point.
On behalf of the entire team at Guerrilla, we're happy to share the first look at Horizon Forbidden West.
We're continuing Elga's story as she moves west to a far future America.
To brave a beautiful but dangerous frontier masked with mysterious new threats.
Get ready to explore distant lands ravaged by massive storms.
And take on new, powerful machines as you return
to the majestic world of Horizon.
Stay tuned for much more. We can't wait for you to get your hands on it.
I think there's a lot to look forward to for the community.
I think fans are going to be really pleased.
As a game designer and storyteller, this is incredibly exciting. We're talking a whole new generation of ideas and experiences that we can create for the player.
No matter where they are, no matter who they are.
New experiences like we've never had before.
More iconic, interesting characters, more atmospheric, immersive worlds for players to explore.
We want to wow players.
Expect the unexpected. And I, for one, can't wait.
We can't wait.
We can't wait to share them with you.
It's so exciting.
Incredibly exciting.
It's really about
for the players and for the players.
As a developer, that's an amazing feeling to have.
Welcome to PlayStation 5.
That's the trick. The PS5 is actually nanotechnology, and it's just made
just
of
a
little
blob you buy.
Yeah. You gotta buy 1 nano at a time.
Come on, show it off. Do it.
Ooh.
Whoa.
That's pretty slick.
Dang.
The way they unveiled that was actually really nice.
Right.
And it stands up like that.
I would say it's the same reason and same, like they came to the same conclusion. The best way for them to like heat, deal with the heat of the console was to have it go up, just like the Xbox does.
All right, date and price. We getting that too?
Oh no, we gotta go close-ups now. Ray traced on the PlayStation 5, literally on it.
You see that texture? Gotta look at the texture.
Gotta look at it.
And if you combine the two of them together, oh, they are doing a digital one. Okay.
Good call. That one needs to be cheaper.
Oh, is it gonna have a charging station and a camera that comes with it and headphones? Now, maybe this goes back to what I was talking about earlier on how they were gonna have a more expensive version. So the more expensive one will have all that stuff.
We hope you've enjoyed the first glimpse of our future today. You've seen our most striking console design yet, and you've seen games that can only be enjoyed with the full range of PlayStation 5's features and power. At PlayStation, we believe in generational transitions, and we put years of work into making them happen. We want you
They were
to
showing us
enjoy
all the
the
places
unique
the dust would
benefits
collect.
of
That's
moving
what
from
Walker
one
said. I agree.
generation to the next. Thank you for joining
Basically
us.
telling you, hey, dust in these
We're launching
areas.
later this year, and we have tons more to share. Welcome to PlayStation 5.
But whatever comes, I will be ready.
Oh, Padinsky, did you miss that part where they showed Horizon 2? PlayStation.
They say play has no limits except for when it's exclusive just for the console.
All right, I think that is the end of their show chat. That's pretty good. Overall
They
thoughts?
did good. That was what they needed. I mean, they hit every spot that they needed to get caught up with hype, with PR, all of it. And they went through and they third-party new IPs, exclusives, first party, all of it. Question is Horizon going to be a launch title? I say it needs to be.
Yeah, I agree. Probably needs to be. I'm going to refresh their thing here real quick chat, and we can pull up some of the footage, if it'll let me here. But yeah, kind of going back to the actual look of the machine. It looks really good, but yeah, I don't know if they ever consider dust and cleaning when they make those things, or if it's all about, you know, heat dispersion and stuff like that.
Or they just want to look really, really cool.
Yeah.
Which they are now winning on that part. Which console looks better?
Oh yeah, they've got that one.
Not that the Xbox looks bad. It's functional. It can just be put anywhere and you just kind of forget about it. And then you have your stuff to play.
Mm-hmm. So kind of going back at the list, unfortunately I didn't write down every game, but let's see, I wrote down 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. I wrote down like 22 games that they showed. And I think they probably showed At least 5 to 8 more than that.
Yeah, there's a couple I didn't record down.
I thought their overall game presentation was kind of, it wasn't bad, but it was just kind of middle of the road. Maybe you could say it was very safe. Because I think a lot of people were expecting, I think a lot of people were expecting them to come out with a lot of really big, hard-hitting titles, and they didn't really do that. The biggest one was probably Horizon 2.
Yeah.
And I'd say Ratchet and Clank was probably second on that list as far as popularity. As far as like a big, well-known title, and then everything else was either a new IP or something we've already seen.
I know some people that are like the hardcore are played through the Dark Souls games that are flipping out right now that they're doing either a, like you said, a possible God of War redo of it.
Yep.
Where it's the name, but it's new, right? So it's a lot of the storyline is still there and the understanding of it, but that has me excited. What else?
Yeah, and something that I'm trying to do here real quick, and maybe you're doing the same, because a lot of times after a presentation like this, the companies release more info. So yeah, on Demon Souls, it'd be interesting to know, like you just said, what is that? Is that a new game? Is it a remaster? Like, what is it? So we'll probably jump around here a little bit and chat. If you guys have any questions or anything you want to bring up, we can bring that into the mix as well. So like the Spider-Man as an example, I'm looking at Insomniac's Twitter, and they're not really saying. So I don't know if that's a new game or if it's a DLC. I'm thinking it's probably a DLC, but I could be wrong.
I think it's going to have a lot of the same characteristics that we saw in Spider-Man, but it's like a spin-off, right? Where like what you had in I think it's going to go the route of like Fallout 3, and then you had New Vegas, where it's like a spin-off that had a lot of the same DNA of it without being a next gen or the next release, right?
Yep. But yeah, like I said, we'll kind of just jump around here if there's any games you want to talk about, and I'll kind of do the same.
The question is where I'm wondering where the next Ratchet and Clank is going to take place. Like, is it going to follow its own storyline, or is it going to take place after the most recent release? Clank, what was it? Into Rift Apart. That's what it was.
Yeah. One quick question from chat. When is EA's event? EA's event is on June 18th. So that'll be next week, I believe. And
better see me some Dragon Age.
Yeah.
That's all I gotta say.
Yeah, we'll have that live here on the channel as well.
Let's see. I did look it up, and Demon Souls is actually a remake.
Okay.
Or remake. Oh, excuse me. I'm using the wrong term here. Remake. So, using that terminology, it sounds like they're going to go the God of War route.
Mm-hmm. And that's been widely popular. I think really Resident Evil started that a couple years ago with what, RE4? Or was it 2? I'm getting them confused.
2. Yeah, RE2 was the one that came out that everybody's like, it kind of snuck up on us, but then everybody released it like, oh, this is really cool. Yeah. And
now it's like everybody's doing these remasters. And the one thing I've said about it, and I'll say it again, is especially with the times that we're in, I think these developers have discovered it's like, hey, we had really popular games that we made X amount of years ago, and we can actually just go ahead and do a remaster on that, and that actually saves us a ton of development time.
Yeah.
You know, you don't have to...
all the time you have to think of like the characters and all that.
Yep.
You can take those back to their base level and then just, you know, make the gorgeous world that the game wants and is deserving of that you weren't able to do when you originally released the game.
Mm-hmm.
What was the one that was like a combination of Kenna? That one looked... Yeah, Kenna, Bridge of Spirits. was like God of War, Horizon, and Pikmin, all mixed into one.
Yeah. Yeah, there was definitely several new IPs that got announced today that look really, really interesting. And that was definitely one of them. We had Stray, which was the cat one. Be interesting to see what they do with that.
And I had to step away for just like at the part where it actually showed what you're going to be doing. Do you control the cat? Did it look like you control the cat?
It appears so. Now, they didn't actually show like first-person cat view. It could be some sort of third-person or side element version.
So instead of goat simulator, we have cat simulator.
Yeah. It's just the cat trying to make his way through the cyberpunk robot world. Kind of going back to Ratchet and Clank for a second, I brought up the feed on that. And actually, I think since I have the feed, we might just try and go through this in somewhat order. But
Sure.
have you played these games before?
I stopped playing it Up Your Arsenal. I haven't played any of the recent ones. Let's see, Ratchet. And I always loved them. I did because of the open world combat you have. You collect your gear to upgrade, to buy new guns of different types. It could be whatever it may be, and then you spend time upgrading the weapons to then level them up to possibly even turn them into a final form in some cases.
Huh.
That was especially potent as would be expected in Up Your Arsenal, hence the name. And then they had the 2016. Can't remember if it was a remaster of the first one or a new story. That was one thing that was kind of confusing in this night to figure out is if the game that was released in 2016 was based on the movie that was then based on the original game. I'm thinking that's how it went. Because the movie was actually pretty good. Not gonna lie. I wonder if they're following in that.
Maybe. Yeah, I've never played any of them, so this might be the first one that I actually play.
I encourage go pick up the 2016 Ratchet and Clank.
Okay.
That'll get you a good start. That'll at least introduce you to some of the characters, the backstories, etc.
Mm-hmm. After that, we had, let's see, Project Athena, I think it was. They didn't really show us too much on that. It was almost more cinematic than anything else.
It showed a little bit of jumping, and that was...
Yeah.
Okay, a little bit of combat.
Don't know if they showed us enough to really talk about it too much. Oh, yeah. Then after that was Stray. It's a weird robot world.
I do have appreciation for all those where they're rethinking an environment. Like this one, it's just robots, right? With this cat.
Yeah.
So... remember, it doesn't even get to gameplay.
I don't think it ever does. Pretty much just a cinematic, it looks like.
Yeah, that's it.
But yeah, that one looks kind of interesting. Let's see. After that, we had...
Looks like Returnal.
Yep, which was a space game.
We had several of those that had those same type of idea where you start over. It's a time loop, right? They're introducing the idea of a time loop.
I just realized that she's got 2 different colored eyes.
Really?
She has a blue eye and a black eye.
Oh.
But yeah, it'd be interesting to see on this one. Are they actually using rogue, or actually maybe the one eye is in an AI thing. Maybe that's what it is. But yeah, are they using like roguelike elements? And if you die, then how much of your progress is being carried over to your next run?
Yeah, because the only indication we had of any progress carrying forward is when she's like, you see her holding another helmet that matches hers.
It's like a lot of flashback stuff happening.
Mm-hmm.
Then there's other scenes where it's like she's looking at like a pristine farmhouse, and then it's like flash, everything's destroyed.
Flash demon. I don't.
Yeah. All kinds of weird. I'm assuming the slow-mo there is just for the trailer. Not unless they introduce a slowdown mechanic of some description. Although in that one scene, there's a lot of fire, like, coming down at her. That's kind of crazy.
And she mentions each time the world is different going back in.
Yeah. After that, I don't know if we need to talk about it too much, is a new Sackboy game.
Yep.
This is one of the characters, for people who don't know. This is a PlayStation-like mascot. Been around for a long, long time. So it looks like this one might be more of a story thing rather than just a build whatever you want side-scroller, so...
Yeah, like I said, it gave me some, like, they took Sackboy and took the environment and worlds of what we've been familiar with, like Mario Galaxy or the Mario worlds.
Let's see. After that, we had... this weird destruction car running game.
I gotta say, it looked like a ton of fun. It really did. There was a PlayStation 2 racing game that I used to play where you were in an arena like this. And you could... there was different modes. Some of them were like trick points. You pull off those, but other times you get weapons. There's other weapons you could defeat other people with. And that reminded me of that.
So one thing I'm noticing watching this again, I'm wondering if your car gets destroyed, your person pops out of it, and you have to run and try and get into another car, because there's a couple scenes here where there's actually cars like out and about, like on pedestals and stuff. But then I wonder if your actual body gets run over or something, then you're done.
And is that the main point of the game, just to rank up points? I would assume.
Like how many kills you can get, maybe?
Like one big Mario Kart battle arena.
Yeah.
But with knives on vehicles.
There used to be an old robot show, and I don't know if they still do it or not, but it's where you would build robots and have the robots fight each other.
BattleBots?
Yeah, BattleBots. Kind of reminds me of that a little bit too.
Yeah. Or it actually add much more depth to it if you could add things to your car. Different ways to slice the other person up, a different booster. Not necessarily to make, like, you unlock it and you become better, but it's how you implement it.
Yeah. I almost need to pause the screen right there, because I don't know if all the cars have a special ability or kind of like what you're talking about. Maybe it's something you can buy, but again, it showed it right there where it's like, oh, all of a sudden the car has a blade out front, and then the other one put like a force field out in front of it. So, yeah.
Destruction All-Stars. Looks like that's the name.
I have to keep an eye on that one. Let's see. What was after that? After that was... I think this is the game that you were talking about. Oh, yeah. This is the Pikmin one with the little soon-to-be plushies.
Yep.
From Ember Labs.
Big sellers.
Yeah, I'm gonna I think I would mark this one down as probably one of the top 3 games, at least for me, from this conference. Because, yeah, it's got a little bit of everything that I like. It's got a really interesting art style, little cute creatures. Combat looks good. New interesting world.
Now, if they added an RPG aspect where you unlock things about you or different abilities, different things your little helpers can go unlock, it's going to be an awesome game.
I'm trying to think, has anybody done a Pikmin-like game since Pikmin? Where you're somehow like that scene right there. It's like she's recruiting these little things, and then she's like, "Go over there and carry that rock for me." I mean, that's like that's Pikmin. I can't think of any other game that's like that.
Yeah, I can't. Not that any that come top of my head.
So like right there, she's like, "Little things, jump on the enemy," and then they all jumped on him, and then she like was shooting him full of arrows. Yeah, that game looks really interesting. Huh. Let's see. What do we have after that? After that, we had... I don't think I wrote this one down, so I don't remember what the name of it is.
Goodbye Volcano High.
Yeah, it was the high school...
This is one of those, like... To add to some, like, depth to the game and replayability, if this is, like, a choose-your-own-adventure type game, it could be solid.
I wanted to say, like a dating sim or something like that, because I know...
I think somebody called it out.
Yeah, what reminds me is, because Jesse Cox produced Monster Prom, which is a high school dating sim. It looks, just because of all the weird creatures, kind of looks like this.
Right.
So yeah, we'll have to see what that's about.
Definitely a furry dating sim. Yeah. Or Line Walker called it. Yeah.
So after that, we had a game that a lot of people in chat seem to be really excited about, and I know nothing about. Oddworld.
Yeah, it's I think somebody called it out. They were originally released on, there was Oddworld 1, Oddworld games 1 and 2.
I'm actually looking it up right now. It's like, what is the deal with this series? Because I, for whatever reason, know very little about it.
Well, there's been several. So there have been like, there's Abe's Odyssey, Adventures 2,
so
Bunch's Odyssey.
1997 was the first one.
Yep. PlayStation, Game Boy. Some have hit Xbox. There was the 2014 Oddworld New and Tasty. And of course, now the just announced Oddworld Soulstorm.
So yeah, last one, as you said, was in 2014. So it's been a while.
Yep. It's one of those that hasn't been like front of everyone. Or is like the Spider-Man Horizon Zero Dawns, but those that have played it and enjoyed it have continually kept up with the game. You know, it has a very strong following. I'm one of those that have never played it.
Yep,
but I respect those that do and enjoy it. Looks interesting though. It looks like you have to bring your followers along and sometimes help them in your little puzzle solving. And
quick thing that just popped up on Twitter for me, Nimble, who is a gaming industry insider, just posted a picture of the PS5 laying down.
In the last like 2 minutes, they were showing brief glimpses of things. You actually see it laying down. which is weird. I don't see how that could work with that shape.
Yeah.
I'd always have mine standing up, or I plan to have mine standing up.
The weird thing, and maybe we'll have to look at the video again here in a second, but yeah, the picture that he's got shows like a black circly thing under like the white siding. So I don't know if that's like a separate piece or what.
Oh, the stand. Yeah. Maybe if you take the stand off and the points on it provide just a perfect base.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess we're going back to the now stand-up consoles of what, 360 generation?
Yeah. Interesting. Let's see here.
Looks like we got Ghostwire on right now.
Yep. So, like we mentioned, this was actually a game that was announced and shown, I think, at the Bethesda conference like a year or 2 years ago. And there hasn't been too much info on it since. And I'm pretty sure this is the first time we've seen the first-person gameplay part of it.
Yeah, I don't think we've seen any gameplay to this point for the game.
So, looks super interesting. Let me back up.
In combat, I'm feeling like some Skyrim, playing as a mage, or Bioshock with some of the abilities you have in that.
Yeah.
We still don't know what the story is for it, like the background and anything like that.
There's elements of it that kind of remind me of almost like a Control a little bit.
Yes, I can see that.
Yeah, just you're in Tokyo doing weird stuff.
You're blowing stuff up with fire and pulling glowy orbs out of these specters or whatever.
Yep. This is what Ghostbusters looks like in the future.
There you go. The actual good Ghostbuster game.
After that, and I don't remember. Oh, this game. Okay, so this was called Jets, I believe.
Are sure it's the exploration game where you just explore worlds.
Honestly, when I was watching this a little bit, I'm like, No Man's Sky? Although No Man's Sky has gotten like so much better, but
oh yeah.
I don't know why I thought that when I was watching this, but yeah,
it did look really good for the art. You know, the art style that shown and how they used to show off the worlds looked really cool.
Mm-hmm. Let me see here. Did it say who was making that game?
No, did it?
Try to skip through this here for a second. Actually, this part of the gameplay here, where you're like super zoomed out and then you have your ship and you're just going over the landscapes. I'm going to assume that that's actual gameplay. But then you got this where it's like your shuttle's like coming down onto the planet.
Yeah, it's like they jump between two different art styles, which is actually really cool.
And there's like this weird thing on the screen too. So it's like, I don't know if that's part of the interface or just something that they're showing for the demo.
Jet, the Far Shore, so it's actually Jett. The Far Shore is a space odyssey by the makers of Sword and Sorcery. But who is that?
I've heard that name before, but Sword and Sorcery
is a space exploration game. Okay, yeah. This game will release this winter on Epic Games Store. Sorry, guys, for all those that boycott that store.
Let's see, Sword and Sorcery.
Hopefully the next gen by the team of Super Brothers. That's what it was.
Interesting. Well, next up on the list is a very highly anticipated game, Godfall. Showing that again here.
Yeah, I'm excited. We saw some more gameplay, actual released gameplay of it. There's a game I played on 360. What was it called? Two Souls? Or it was another hack and slash looter game that didn't kind of died very quickly. But this is reminding me of the best parts of that game, where you're fighting a whole horde of enemies and you have bosses and you can get loot from these bosses and change your gear up. And yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah, I know visually the first time that we got to see this, just the way the characters look really neat. And it kind of reminds me of Warframe a little bit, except for maybe with a more, I don't know if I want to say medieval look to it.
Yeah, so I mean, if you take Warframe and you slow it down a little bit, and then add the medieval aspect, I can see that comparison. Absolutely.
But the armor also looks like, I don't know, like gods and kings and that sort of, you know, armor style as well. It's like you're seeing like the wings and stuff like that.
Makes me wonder if you start the game with something extravagant and you just keep getting more extravagant as you level up.
Yeah, and we're seeing all kinds of different weapon types. Well, here's like dual daggers. We saw there's a pike, sword and shield. So it looks like you're gonna have there's a big mace or hammer, 2-hand, 1-hand, dual wield. So it's gonna give you a lot of options on how you want to play it. There he just threw something at a dude. It's like he threw a dagger or something.
I must have looked away, or I think I had a loading screen right during that partial cinematic there.
It's like shield bashing dudes.
And it's from Gearbox, so you can already have some confidence that it's going to have good depth, a lot of replayability, a lot of life to the game itself.
Yep. So I don't think we have a date on that yet. This has been, I want to say, the second or third time it's been shown, so I'm a little surprised that we don't have a date yet.
I think at the end they say holiday 2020.
Yeah. And I don't think this is a PS5 exclusive either. I could be wrong on that, but hasn't it been announced for like every system? I mean, it's Gearbox, you would think, or maybe it's
looks like PlayStation PC.
Okay, so I wonder if they're doing a timed thing and then Xbox gets it later. Interesting.
This is one of my let's see, top 4 of what we saw.
Yeah, I think I'd probably agree with that. After that, we had Solar Ash. I remember this sticking out.
It's mainly the art style that really captivates you. And Drifter, have you played that?
No, I haven't. I've heard about it, but I've never actually played it. I think I'd probably mark this down as a top 5. But this is, I think this is one of these games where, as we were watching it, we're just kind of like, all right, what are we watching? It looks good. It looks good, but I don't know what I'm seeing.
Looking at some of the screenshots of the Drifter, it's really impressive of what they came from, which was the kind of 8-bit type graphics gameplay, to now what we're seeing here. Really cool. And good on the developers.
Yeah. Actually, that trailer was super short too. And that was a 2021 game. Which a lot of what we saw was 2021. After that, we had the surprise of Hitman 3.
Mm-hmm.
And funny enough, you know what? This is another series that I'm trying to remember. Maybe I played the first one back in the day, but I've not played any of the recent ones.
So I haven't played any of them, but I actually get most enjoyment of watching those that are absolutely skilled and understand every aspect of the game. And I'll go watch their playthroughs on YouTube. That's where I get the most enjoyment out of those. So I'm super excited to see those that have been, keeping up with Hitman and know the ins and outs of Hitman to see what they can do and the ways they get to assassinate people in it.
Yeah, and just to give some context to that, based on the previous game from stuff that I've seen, is they've done stuff like they'll say, "All right, agent, you have there's a VIP here in this building, and you need to assassinate him," and it's like, how do you want to do it? And it gives you like so many possibilities on how to do it. I mean, I've seen stuff like, oh, he's going to hold a presentation in an hour. Okay, we're going to plant a bomb under the stage and then we're going to blow him up in the presentation. Or no, we're going to actually, we know he's going to, I don't know, drink some water or something before the presentation. So we're going to poison that water and we're going to do it that way. Or, oh no, we're going to, and it just goes on and on and on how you're going to actually assassinate these guys. It's pretty cool stuff.
Yeah, they've always done good about that, especially recently. They've been adding more and more complexity of what you could pull off to be impressive.
And I know one of the trailers they did for the previous game, it's like he was like posing as a waiter or something, and he was like throwing like bananas and stuff at people and just the craziest things.
Because I mean, I think in the game, if you can really become anyone, as long as you can then find the person and kind of stash them away, because then you take the clothes.
Yep.
And then from there, the possibilities are almost endless of how you can accomplish your mission.
Yeah, I know another one they had in the previous game was, I think it was a race car driver or something he had to assassinate, and so there was like two possibilities that I had seen. I'm sure there's more where it's like, oh, he won the race, and so you're actually going to, plant charges or whatever at the winning stand, and so when he goes up for his trophy, he gets blown up, or you can actually sabotage the race car to make sure the race car blows up or something like that. And yeah, it's just crazy. Let's see. After Hitman, I have written down Little Devil Inside, which we skipped over the Astros playroom or whatever. That's just... Let's see. Which one? Oh, the Little Devil Inside. That was the one with the really interesting art style that kept going all over the place.
Right.
So, yeah,
I wonder if that one's where it's going to be a thing of two parts, where you have in this very calm manor this guy that oversees it, whether he's the lord of the manor or whatever, and you're controlling this kid, this servant that goes on these missions for him to find or capture enemies, fight them, look for treasure, and how you want to accomplish it. I'm filling in a lot of gaps there of what I'm seeing, but
it's a lot of just weird creatures in this. And it's like he's like riding a donkey shooting a bear. I feel like when it comes to games that are like this, it seems like there's a lot that come out that just don't do very well, but then every once in a while you'll get one that's just really, really good.
That's what it's about, is there, venturing into new types of storytelling, to graphics, to how they could change apart maybe an RPG aspect. Find out which one works. And sometimes one that didn't work previously, they add something with it, like a different way of telling a story, but it is an old type of RPG, and it also works really well, becomes a huge hit.
Yeah, I'm definitely intrigued by this one, so this will be another one that I personally keep an eye on.
Yep. I see that one being a lot of fun to stream. A good stream game.
Let's see, was this also a 2021? I don't think it said. Nope, it didn't. Okay. And then the next one, we talked about this a little bit already, but this one may have been the shocker of the event, and that's Demon Souls remake. I'm skipping basketball.
Oh. And we have a basketball game next. Okay.
Let's see, where was it? Ah, here we go. But yeah, new Demon Souls, or a remake of the original one. When did the original one come out?
It was the...
And actually, you had said that you're a bigger fan of the Souls genre.
Oh yeah.
And I actually, I mean, Fallen Order, I guess technically is the, or actually no, that's not true. I was gonna say Fallen Order was the only Souls-like that I've played, but I did play Sekiro.
Sekiro, okay.
And that was like the only game I've ever rage quit.
and that's the, I mean, Sekiro takes it to a whole different level about how it takes a twist on that combat, where you're not so much about dodging and you know, it goes with the parry and different mobility. But there were many times in Dark Souls that I had to step away and come back to the next day because it was rage-inducing. But I've gotten used to it, where now, just like in Jedi Fallen Order, playing through it on the hardest difficulty, I was feeling that same way with that I had in Dark Souls, because Dark Souls doesn't have a difficulty. You play it, and that's how you do it. And if you beat the game, you can make it harder. There is no easier to play. And that's the sense of gameplay that I had with Jedi Fallen Order. And Demon Souls here is the first iteration of the company to start on that type of gameplay. Dark Souls is what put it on the map. But Demon Souls is what it was, its origin.
So if someone were to ask you, from these Souls-like games, it's like, I want to get into one. I want to try one. What would be the one that you say, all right, here's the best one to start with?
Dark Souls.
Just Dark Souls 1?
Dark Souls, get the Dark Souls remaster, and play through it.
Okay.
And the thing to know about the Dark Souls is, as you go from Dark Souls 1 to 2 to 3, they hold up the same DNA, but they get faster in the combat. So by the time you get into 3, it's really fast combat compared to what you had in Dark Souls 1. But that's where you get into, and you can start appreciating the dodge mechanics and the world, and it gets you into it.
And how does Bloodborne fit into that scale?
From a gameplay aspect, I can't comment because I haven't played it.
Okay. So
that's one where I'm hoping and praying of the day it hits PC. With that said, and from what other people say, it is up there with of Dark Souls to Bloodborne. Like, which one do you want it? You know, their love for it is that much, and what it has in Bloodborne compared to the others.
Gotcha. Yeah, there's been a lot of games here recently rumored to come to PC, and it seems like more and more are getting confirmed, but Bloodborne is one of them that's on that list, and I don't know if that's been confirmed yet, but I know it's on the list.
I think it was one of those, like, high-profile guy released a rumor that showed it was part of it. I don't know. Let's see.
Well, next up, we have Deathloop. This is another Bethesda game that was shown, again, like a year or two at a previous E3. Another, like, multiplayer, like, hero-based shooter-type game with its own spin on it.
Yeah, it'd be really cool that each time you die, you go back and then, you know, like, say you continue or whatever it may be. Maybe it's a different person again the next time. Or maybe the entire thing is it's you against the other person for however many times it takes you through. And that's the way you got to play it.
Mm-hmm.
That way you get to learn how the other person is playing, maybe counteract them for you to achieve your objective, etc.
Yeah, and when it comes to gaming genres, you know, the hero shooter type genre is something that continues to blow up. You know, we have recent releases like Valorant, however you say
Valorant.
it. And so it looks like this one is one of them that's trying to do something pretty different. So it's gonna be really interesting to see if this actually, if it works for them, or if it's another failure.
I just noticed he took his dual guns, stuck them together, and all of a sudden they became a shotgun.
Oh,
it
really?
Looked like, I think so. I would be curious to see which one does better, whether it's this one, Deathloop, or Returnal.
Yeah.
I'm actually going to say Deathloop.
I think I'd agree with that.
Because if you're playing multiplayer, the possibilities are really endless of what you can, your next gameplay, what's it going to be like?
Mm-hmm. Definitely showing off a fair amount of characters as well. Yeah, cool stuff. We'll see where that one goes. Let's see. After that, we had... Just want to verify that this was the next one. This was another surprise.
Yes, it was.
I want to confirm the name.
And one didn't take place that we thought it was going to.
Yeah.
Nothing Final Fantasy.
Yeah, that was one of our predictions, that we would have something Final Fantasy. We got nothing.
Nothing.
But yeah, Resident Evil Village. I'm not really into those games. How about you?
I haven't played any of them, but I have to say the most recent remakes of them look really enticing to go through and play. I have been tempted multiple times to buy Resident Evil 2, the remake, on Steam. To play through it. Because I've watched some gameplay of it. It looks really good. Looks like it'd be really entertaining to what you can do. Now it looks like they have a Resident Evil 3 remake as well.
Yep.
I mean, I haven't heard a lot on that.
I know they didn't. Most people didn't like it as well as 2. It's also like really short.
Okay.
I think you can knock it out in like 6 hours or something.
Got it.
So it brought up the whole thing of like $60 for a 6-hour game. And it's a remake. So I think the quality and everything is fine, but...
Now, question is Resident Evil 8 a new or is it a remake?
I think it's new. Because 7 was Biohazard, I believe. And that one was new. And then they also did a VR version of 7.
Huh. That's... All right. Keep an eye on that one. See how it does. Compared to what we have seen of them accomplish successfully with Resident Evil 2.
Mm-hmm. Oh, what is this here real quick? I'm just checking Twitter. Demon Souls will have a new fractured mode. What does that mean?
I have no idea.
It also features 2 graphics modes.
One. I wonder if they're going to go the Halo route.
Okay. Let's see. Yeah, 1 for frame rate, 1 for graphics. That's pretty standard on consoles. That doesn't surprise me.
Oh, okay.
Or I guess resolution is the better way to say it. Yeah, I'm seeing another tweet talking about that Spider-Man game. Maybe it is a real, an actual full game. Because one of the devs posted, so proud I've been working basically on this game. So yeah, it sounds like it's maybe just a real game and not like a DLC or anything. That Kenya is PlayStation 5, 4, and Epic Game Store.
Okay.
I see a tweet on that.
Apparently, if you put googly eyes on top of PlayStation on its side and you paint it blue, it looks like the Cookie Monster. Somebody put the PlayStation as the tower in Mordor for Lord of the Rings.
Oh, that's nice.
And you have the eye on top. It works. It fits. Is this is the Pragmata that we're looking at right now?
Yes. Yep.
I don't even know. Like, does that give any indicator that's actual gameplay? I think it's just all cinematic. Or even what the point of the game is. Let's find out.
Yeah, that's all. Yeah. Looks like cinematic to me.
All the articles just say exactly what we saw. Pragmata is bizarre Capcom game with a spaceman and mysterious child. Thank you, articles. Thank you, Google.
Apparently, Remedy just announced that Control will be coming to PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X. So probably an enhanced version of Control. Well, actually, it'll probably be just the PC version ported over, because the PC version was better than the console version.
Sure. Because it was actually released on consoles, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Okay.
But the PC version has ray tracing and everything.
Which, from your experience, really defined the game?
It was amazing.
I'll have to pick it up.
Yeah, there's a guy who I know who plays games, but he doesn't really keep up with stuff. And I told him, because he was looking for something new to play, and I said, all right, if you were to ask me what is the one game from 2019 that you cannot afford to miss, not including Fallen Order, my answer to you would be Control.
Interesting.
But yeah, I don't know if there's too much more we can say about Pragmata. It just looks interesting. It looks weird. And we need to know more.
To Line Walker's part, it was what did I just watch?
Yeah.
Oh, yes. If there was an actual sequel to Prey, oh, that was such a good game. I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Are you talking about the most recent Prey?
The most recent Prey, yes.
Yeah.
If there was actual, like a Prey 2, where we had the full depth of what we had in that one, not the Moon DLC thing, but a Prey 2, yes. Make it happen.
Yeah, I owned that game, but I haven't played it yet. It's another one that's on my list.
It is a lot of fun. A lot of fun.
And then
very BioShock, where you have to explore the story and figure out the story as you get into the game and progress through it. You piece it all together.
Does my rig have ray tracing? Yes.
I think the 1660s and anything of the 2000 series graphics cards support ray tracing, at least on the GTX side.
Yeah, any RTX card.
Yeah, any RTX.
Well, finally, chat. Last game they showed, and I think this was the one game that everybody knew was going to be at this show, and that's Horizon 2.
Good capstone to it. They kind of floundered a little bit on their like, hey, let's talk GTA 5 at the start.
Yeah.
Good capstone.
I think at the start of this conference, even we were like, Why are they starting this with GTA 5, a game that's like a billion years old?
Right?
And they're like, oh, it's free. All right.
That's when they're like, okay, you guys are getting it all free. Oh, we forgive you. Keep going, Sony.
But yeah, for those who don't know, Horizon Zero Dawn came out a couple years ago and was one of the top games of that year. And quite a bit today we've talked about games that come out and try and do something like new and different, and that's what Horizon did with its storytelling and world. And it's like, why are these like Native American type people fighting robots with bows and arrows, you know, stuff like that. And then you get into the story and, you know, it expands on that. And so It looks like with 2, they're just continuing to expand the story and expand the world. And it's going to be really great to see what they do with it. Gameplay wise, if you're familiar with, I would say it plays probably closer to like a Tomb Raider than it does anything else. The newer Tomb Raiders in particular.
Tomb Raider with a little, you know, mixture of what they had in God of War.
Mm-hmm.
Which, I mean, so you have Horizon Zero Dawn, God of War, Spider-Man, I think is like the top reason why PlayStation dominated and still is dominating this gen.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, can't think of others that I would put on that level of game of why somebody would go buy a PlayStation to play a game.
Yep.
So they mentioned we're going to America in 2. Where were we at in 1?
I don't.
Or did they ever say?
Not that I recall.
Okay. I've been successful in avoiding any spoilers about the game because I haven't ever watched anybody play it as I'm waiting on that PC to happen. Because that is actually confirmed.
Yep. Actually, I think they just confirmed the Death Stranding PC requirements today. I think I thought I saw an article on that earlier. So what would you say is your top 3 from today's little conference?
Let's see. I'm going to go top 3 of ones that I know or have a good feeling that I'm going to drop just a lot of hours into. Horizon 2, Demon Souls, the third one I'm trying to decide be either Kenya or Godfall, and I think it's going to be Godfall. Like if I could have a porch spot, I would put Kenya there, but it's going to be those 3.
I think I'll agree with you on Kenya, and I think I'll go Godfall, and then I'm going to throw Solar Ash in there.
Okay.
So, yeah. A lot of good stuff today.
Outside that top 3, then you have all the others quickly grouped up of ones I want to keep my eye on right below that. But this was an excellent conference for Sony.
Yep, absolutely. I mean, of the 20-some games that we just saw, there's maybe only 3 or 4 that I kind of was like, you know what, I don't really care about these. The rest of them, I'm like, I'll keep an eye on it. We'll see what happens with it.
Yeah. I think there was something for everybody here, across the board for all your different types of, like, you like to play your sports, you like the racing games, which GT looked amazing.
Yeah.
I gotta give it. If I played racing games as much as I play first person or strategy games, I would purposely go build a racing setup, chair, the widescreen down in front of me, the racing wheel, pedals, everything to play that right there. But it was across the board. Some really weird ones. Good call out. Bug Snacks Island. Whatever we do there, I have no idea. It's just wild.
You gotta make the bugs out of the snacks, and then you gotta eat them.
Or does it make the snacks of the bugs, which are snacks?
All right, I think you've taken it too far now.
Okay, okay.
Any final thoughts, chat? Yeah, and like I was saying earlier, for those who don't know, this was supposed to be like the official E3 week, and of course things got debunked. And it's still cool that there's still some E3 like events happening. IGN actually has like a 4-day thing happening. They did like a 2-hour thing last night, and they're doing another like 2-hour thing tonight. And actually, they had a couple of really good games last night, and I think their thing is getting ready to kick off. I don't know, it's like 45 minutes maybe. I'll have to double check that, but yeah, really good stuff. And we're not done yet. On Saturday is the PC Gaming Show hosted by Day 9, and there's also a couple of other indie big showcases. And I can't remember, Victus, are we confirmed for the PC Gaming Show?
Yeah, I am. Yep, I'll be available.
So I'm not sure if Elise is joining us for that one. I need to double check with her, but I'll let you guys know on social media when we're going to do that show. And I want to say they put out a tweet and they said something like 30 plus games for that one. So,
wow. With that one, I expect a lot of indie games that we'll see across the platforms.
Mm-hmm.
And hopefully it's not a PC game sponsored by Epic Games.
Yep.
Like we had last time.
Yep. Yeah. Iowa Rifleman was asking, new system driveless. From what we know, they're going to launch with 2 different versions. One is digital only, one is not. They didn't give any prices or anything today.
Yep.
Which I kind of thought they would.
I'm excited for when the next gen will have driveless systems.
Mm.
My content for the last 2 years has been digital only across all systems. Switch, Xbox, PC, all of it. So I look forward to that.
Yep. I mean, even the consoles, they've made it easier. Because, like, here recently, as an example, I bought Persona 5 and both Death Stranding as physical PlayStation, discs. Where compared, if you download it just directly from the store, it's like that game is attached to your account. You don't need a disc. You don't need nothing. But if you still buy it physical, even if you like uninstall it, whatever, it still is like you got to have the disc in the machine.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's kind of weird that why is it when you would buy it digital and you go ahead and install it, you would think it would somehow attach it to the account or whatever, but I'm sure there's still the concern of people just passing the discs around and stuff like that. But
yep. And I think Mikey Likes had a good call out for the PlayStation difference in price between the two.
Mm.
I'm gonna put the digital only at $450, and then the one with disc at $5.
Okay.
That's what I'm predicting. I don't see them dropping a whole $100 off for just having no disc, because those, I mean, Blu-ray drives are somewhat of a cost, but not that much.
Yeah, and it'd be a 4K Blu-ray drive, I imagine.
Yep, it would. Absolutely.
So, well, cool stuff. And there we go. Chat, there's your lineup. Actually, I'm going to go back to that shot here for just a second. Wonder who's making those headphones. I guess Sony has a headphone division. Maybe they're just making their own.
Yeah, I think a lot of their stuff is built in-house.
I'm going to pause it on that shot for a second. So they're still doing a camera, too. That's interesting. I wonder if they're going to have some sort of compatibility with the Move controllers. And of course, that brings up the other question of, are they going to do a Sony VR version 2?
Right. Because, you know, Xbox, they abandoned the Kinect idea. But I think I remember hearing like notes from some of key leadership in Sony saying they were going to continue with the VR because they see a potential for it. And albeit the easiest to use was the PlayStation VR if you wanted to get into VR and you already had that system because they had peripheral for it.
Absolutely.
It's getting easier for PC, but it is the easiest on PlayStation.
Still definitely on the pricey side.
Yes. Yes, it is.
Because what is it? I'm trying to remember the most recent ones that are out, but I think the super high-end ones are still $1,000.
Was it Oculus Cosmos or
the Quest? I think maybe.
Quest. That's it.
Yeah.
I think that's maybe one of the most recent. Still $500 for just the headset.
Could be I'm thinking of one of the HTCs. And maybe they've come down since then.
That's it. HTC Vive Cosmos, I think, is also their most recent.
What's the price on that thing?
Looking about also $500.
Oh, okay. So they have come down.
Yep.
Interesting. All right, cool. Well, chat, I think we will officially go ahead and wrap this up. And like I said, we'll be back at this again on Saturday for the PC Gaming Show. And there's also a couple other ones. I don't know if we're doing those. We'll see. So I'll let you guys know on social media and Discord what the official plan is. But Victus, once again, thank you so much for coming out and doing this with me.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Always.
And please do some shout outs.
Well, everyone, thank you guys for tuning in to the co-host here, as I want to thank Kidley for having me on. It's always a pleasure to hang out and discuss gaming content and interact with you guys. If you guys do want to connect with me, I do have Twitter at VictusATG, or if you want to tune in for a live stream, twitch.tv/VictusATG. I try to be online every weekday, 8:30 Central Standard Time, played through different games. Right now, I think we're going back to Terraria. But also, if you're looking for a podcast, as you can see there, we do have All Things Geekery podcast, which can be accessed at atgmedianetwork.com.
And you mentioned earlier that you're currently going through Fallen Order?
Actually, just finished that.
Oh, did you?
Just completed the game. Phenomenal. It's hard to say which is now my better game because I originally had Odyssey up there at top because I played through it this year, or Fallen Order. And I think Fallen Order is now my top game to play.
Nice. How many attempts did that final boss take you?
Ooh, I think I got up to 15 to 20 going through it. I mean, Grandmaster's brutal. She was one hit me until I figured it out. And then there's the penultimate battle that you have after that, but I won't reveal because that's spoilers.
Yeah, I want to say that final boss took me. It was over an hour easily, but yeah. That final boss was pretty rough.
Yeah,
great game.
Phenomenal game, phenomenal, and highly recommended to anyone to go through. Play it at whatever difficulty you want. I would say for the Dark Souls experience, you play through it on Grandmaster.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that'll officially go ahead and do it for the show. And like I said, some more E3 style press events coming up here in just a couple of days, and we've got some next week as well. Actually, let me just very quickly pull up the schedule that I have, because we've got one for EA coming up, and maybe we'll get to see what that new Star Wars game is. And then there's also going to be one for Xbox in July. So yeah, PC Gamer Show is on Saturday. along with some other stuff. And then, yeah, EA Play is on Thursday, June 18th. That's a late night one. It's something like 7 p.m. or something like that. I'll have to get the official time on that. And then, yeah, like I said, there's a Cyberpunk one coming up on June 25th. And then an Xbox one coming up in July. And I'm sure there's going to be some more Jeff Keighley ones that sneak into the mix as well. So we'll try and cover as many of those live as we possibly can. So once again, thanks to Victus for coming out to this. But yeah, thank you all so much for watching. Hope everybody has a fantastic rest of your day or evening wherever you are in the world. And we'll see you guys next time. So have a good night, and we'll see you then.